The assembled devotees on this call, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. We'll start with Chaurashtakam. Vraje prasiddham navanita charam.
व्रजे प्रसिद्धं नवनीतचारम्
Gopangananam chadukulcharam.
गोपाङ्गनानां च दुकूलचारम्
अनेक जन्मार्जित पापचारम्
अनेकजन्माजितपापचारम्
चाराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि
चाराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि
राधिकाया हृदयस्य चौरम्
क्षीराधिकाया हृदयस्य चारम्
नवाम्बुधश्यामलकान्तिचारम्
नवाम्बुधश्यामलकान्तिचारम्
पदाश्रितानां च समस्तचौरम्
पादाश्रितानां च समस्तचारम्
चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि
चाराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि
अकिञ्चनीकृत्य पदाश्रितं यः
अकिञ्चनीकृत्य पदाश्रितं यः
करोति भिक्षुं पथिगेहहीनम्
करोति भिक्षुं पथिगेहहीनम्
केनाप्यहो भीषणचोरयिद्रो
केनापि भीषणचोरयितुः
तः श्रुतो वा न जगत्त्रयेऽपि
दृष्टः श्रुतो वा न जगत्त्रयेऽपि
यदीयनामापि हरत्यशेषाम्
यदीयनामापि हरत्यशेषम्
गिरिप्रसारानपि पापराशिन्
गिरिप्रसारानपि पापराशिम्
आश्चर्यरूपो ननु चोरयिद्रो
आश्चर्यरूपो ननु चारयितुः
इष्टः श्रुतो वा न मया कदापि
दृष्टा श्रुतो वा न मया कदापि
धनं च मानं च तथेन्द्रियाणि
धनं च मानं च तथेन्द्रियाणि
प्राणांश्चरित्वा मम सर्वमेव
प्राणांश्चरित्वा मम सर्वमेव
पलायसे कुत्र धृतोऽद्यचोर
पलायते धृतोऽद्यचोर
भक्तिधाम्नासि मया निरुद्धः
त्वं भक्तिदाम्नासि मया निरुद्धः
क्षीणात्सि घोरं यमपाशबन्धम्
क्षीणात्सि घोरं यमपाशबन्धम्
क्षीणात्सि भीमं भवपाशबन्धम् क्षीणात्सि सर्वस्य समास्तबन्धम्
क्षीणात्सि सर्वस्य समस्तबन्धम्
नैवात्मनो भक्तकृतं तु बन्धम्
नैवात्मनो भक्तकृतं तु बन्धम्
मनमानसे तामसराशि घोरे
मनमानसे तामसराशिघोरे
कारागृहे दुःखमये निबद्ध
कारागृहे दुःखमये निबद्ध
लभस्य हे चोर हरे चिराय
लभस्यैश्चोर हरे चिराय
स्वचौर्यदोषोचितमेव दण्डम्
स्वचौर्यदोषोचितमेव दण्डम्
कारागृहे वस सदा हृदये मदीये
कारागृहे वस सदा हृदये मदीये
मद्भक्तिपाशदृढबन्धन निश्चलः सन्
मद्भक्तिपाश दृढबन्धन निश्चलसन्
त्वां कृष्ण हे प्रलयकोटिशतान्तरेऽपि
त्वां कृष्ण हे प्रलयकोटिशतान्तरेऽपि
सर्वस्वचौरहृदयान् हि मोचयामि
सर्वस्वचौरहृदयान् विमोचयामि.
Translation.
I offer my respectful obeisances to that foremost of thieves, who is famous in Braja as the butter thief, and he who steals the gopis' clothes, and who, for those who take shelter of him, steals the sins which have accrued over many lifetimes. Hare Krishna.
I offer my respectful obeisances to the foremost of thieves who steals Srimati Radhika's heart, who steals the dark luster of a fresh rain cloud, and who steals all the sins and sufferings of those who take shelter of his feet. Hare Krishna.
He turns his surrendered devotees into paupers and wandering homeless beggars. Alas, such a fearsome thief has never been seen or heard of in all the three worlds. Hare Krishna.
Mere utterance of his name purges one of a mountain of sins, such as astonishing, wonderful thief I have never seen or heard of anywhere.
O thief, having stolen my wealth, my honor, my senses, my life, and my everything, where can you run to? I have caught you with the rope of my devotion.
You cut the terrible noose of Yamraj. You sever the dreadful noose of material existence, and you slash everyone's material bondage. But you are unable to cut the knot fastened by your own loving devotees. Hare Krishna.
O stealer of my everything, O thief, today I have imprisoned you in the miserable prison house of my heart, which is very fearful due to the terrible darkness of my ignorance. And there, for a very long time, you will remain receiving appropriate punishment for your crimes of thievery.
O Krishna, thief of my everything, the noose of my devotion, remaining forever tight, you will continue to reside in the prison house of my heart because I will not release you for millions of aeons. Hare Krishna.
गोवर्धनधरं वन्दे
गोवर्धनधरं वन्दे
गोपालं गोपरूपिणम्
गोपालं
Goparupinan
गोपरूपिणम्
गोकुलोत्सवम् ईशानाम्
Gokulatsvam
गोकुलोत्सवमीशानां
Ishanam
गोविन्दं गोपिकाप्रियम्
Govindam
गोविन्दं
Gopika Priyam.
गोपिकाप्रियम्.
I offer my respectful obeisances to the lifter of Govardhana Hill, Lord Gopala, who has the beautiful form of a cowherd boy. He is the grand festival of Gopala, the supreme controller Govinda, and the beloved of cowherd damsels of Raja.
वन्दे नवघनश्यामम्
वन्दे
वन्दे
नवघनश्यामं
नवघनश्यामम्
द्विभुजं मुरलीधरम्
द्विभुजं
द्विभुजं
मुरलीधरं
मुरलीधरम्
पीताम्बरधरं देवम्
पीताम्बरधरं
देवं
देवम्
शरणागतपुरुषोत्तमम्
शरणागतपुरुषोत्तमम्
I offer my obeisances to Navgan Shyam, Krishna, who has the color of a fresh rain cloud, who's holding the flute with his two hands. I worship Purushottamam, who is so beautiful in his yellow dress, Pitambara. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, everyone, for the wonderful recitation. And I also wanted to take few seconds to appreciate Surinder Bhandari Prabhuji for for his early morning chanting every day, very consistently. So we would like to encourage all of you to join as well. I see that the speaker Mataji has joined. So Mataji, Shamrasika Mataji, could you please take over?
Thank you, Mataji, for the lovely recitation.
Yes, thank you so much, Mataji, for so beautiful singing. And let us chant 3 times Haribol for Surinder Prabhu and Amritamani Mataji. They both join early morning. So Haribol.
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 Haribol, Haribol,
Haribol.
Haribol.
Thank you so much. So we are so fortunate to have Her Grace Shama Kishori Mataji from Northwich, Tennessee. And Mataji will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam 8.22.24 verse number. Hare Krishna Mataji, if you are ready, please take over now.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna, all the devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to all the gurus. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve all the devotees. So, and please forgive my offenses that if I make any. So let's start read Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 22. The chapter is Bali Maharaj surrendered his life. And we are reading text 24. So let's start with Mangalacharan. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Savpadantikam Vande aham Shri Guru Shri Yuda Pada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamascha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे शील प्रभुपाद की जय. So let's start pray to Srimad Bhagavatam. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jaya mudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavat sevaya bhagavate uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati नष्टकी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 22. Bali Maharaj surrenders his life. So we are reading text 24. श्रीभगवानुवाच ब्रह्मण्यम् अनुग्रहणामि तद्विशो विद्युनोम्यहम् यन्मन्दः पुरुषास्तब्धो लोकं मां चावमन्यते. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Lord Brahma, because of material opulence, a foolish person becomes dull, wit- witted, and mad. Thus, he has no respect for anyone within the three worlds and defies even my authority. To such a person, I show special favor by first taking away all his possessions. Purport: a civilization that has become godless because of material advancement in opulence is extremely dangerous. Because of great opulence, a materialistic becomes so proud that he has no regard for anyone and even refuses to accept the authority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The result of such mentality is certainly very dangerous. To show special favor, the Lord sometimes makes an example of someone like Bali Maharaj, who was now bereft of all his possessions. Hare Krishna, everybody. So we are reading. So we all can see from this chapter like how the Lord arrested Bali Maharaj. So Bali Maharaj, he surrendered everything to the Lord, but he was not able to fulfill his promise. So he don't know like where to put his third step, where the Lord wants him, like where to put the third step. So he don't know. So that's why the Lord just bind him in the rope. So in that we saw like how after that like we saw like how before this shloka like Bali Maharaj's wife, she also did like she was also speaking and Brahmaji was also speaking. So even Brahmaji was saying like how the Lord is the well-wisher and master of all living entities. So he was praying to the Lord. So everybody, so we all can see, and Bali Maharaj, he is fully surrendered to the Lord. So he said, and in the translation and purport, like we all can see, when the Lord gives special favor to his devotees, first he takes away all their material possessions, like how we are reading in Chaurashtakam, like here Bilva Mangal Thakur, he was thinking, like you are such a beautiful chore thief that you takes away everything material and in return you give spiritual benefits to all the living entities whosoever surrender to the Lord. In the material world, people they don't want to surrender to the Lord. Even in India, people have that mentality. They said it's not good, it's it's not good to read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, because by reading that we lose our material attachment. And when we lose our material attachment, we don't want to work hard. People thinks like if they accumulate a lot of money by working hard and hard, they can save their not themselves but the other generations those are coming after them. So they want to accumulate a lot of money so that everybody can live peaceful and happy. But in the when somebody is on the spiritual path, they know how much to spend time on material gain and how much time to spend on spiritual gain. So then that's why like people has that mentality. So don't read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, then your all your material desires will be finished. This is the mentality of the people. But on a Krishna conscious level, like we have different mentality. The devotees are on the other way around. They know like how much to work. They don't want to work too much so that they don't have time for reading our scriptures to associate with devotees, to do our spiritual practices. So that's their mentality. The devotees are there far beyond the materialistics. And because they know, like in the Purport Srila Prabhupada explained very nicely, like how the materially advancement makes people very godless. They don't have any they thinks like material advancement can do anything. They don't have any respect for the God. But like when they suffer even the material advancement, after everything is perfectly fine, but still sometimes they suffer because the the problem in the material we can handle, but the problem within our mind, that's very hard to handle. Like sometime mental problem or physical problems, those are very very hard to face. Like some materially somebody is a little bit poor, they can be happy, but if somebody is mentally and physically, if they are not working, they are not perfectly fine, then they struggle a lot. And this is like as the material advancement goes progress, more and more people become degraded into the godless civilization. So here Prabhupada is explaining like how when somebody, because of great opulence, a materialistic becomes so proud that he has no regard for anyone and even refuses to accept the authority of the supreme personality of Godhead. This is his mentality. He start thinking, I did this, I am the owner of everything, I can do anything. He becomes so mad because of material opulence, and then the result is what the result is very very dangerous. He becomes godless. So then if we don't have faith on the lotus feet of the Lord, then our life is totally ruined. And Prabhupada is giving the example of Bali Maharaj. Like he was, when his spiritual master made him so mad that he was doing sacrifice. Why? Because he wants to be the king, he wants to get the kingdom of like Swarglok, heavenly planet. That's why he was doing that sacrifice, so that after doing the 100 sacrifice, he can become the king of heavenly planet. So that's why like by doing with Bali Maharaj, so the Lord is teaching everybody like how sometime if we have too much material desires, that can blind our eyes totally, and after that we won't be able to see our good fortune. And when we surrender to Krishna, like when for his devotees, Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, for my devotee, whatever they have, I protect, and whatever they need, I provide them. So Krishna is giving that assurance that devotees need, we just need to surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord. By surrendering, Krishna is doing everything for us. So let's start read text 25. So we will read the shloka. Yada kadachi jivatma samsaran nij karma bhi nana yonishvanishoayam purushim gatim avarajay. Translation: while rotating in the cycle of birth and death again and again in different species because of his own fruitive activities, the dependent living entity, by good fortune, may happen to become a human being. This human birth is very rare, rarely obtained. Purport: the Supreme Personality of Godhead is fully independent. Thus, it is not always a fact that a living being's lost loss of all opulence is a sign of the Supreme Lord's mercy upon him. The Lord can act any way he likes. He may take away one's opulence or he may not. There are varieties of forms of life, and the Lord treats them according to the circumstances as he chooses. Generally, it is to be understood that the human form of life is one of a great responsibility. Purusha prakriti sthito ahi भुङ्क्ते प्रकृतिजन्गुणान् कारणं गुणसङ्गोष्य सद् असत् योनि जन्मसु. The material, the living entities in material nature follows the ways of life, enjoying the three modes of nature. This is due to his association with that material nature. Thus, he meets with good or evil amongst various species. Bhagavad Gita 13:22. After thus rotating through many, many forms of life in the cycle of birth and death, the living beings get a chance for a human form. Therefore, every human being, especially one belonging to a civilized nation or culture, must be extremely responsible to his activities. He should not risk degradation in the next life because the body will change. Tatha dehantar praptir. We should be extremely careful to, to see to the proper use of life is the purpose of Krishna consciousness. The foolish living entity declares freedom from all control, but factually he is not free. He is fully under the control of material nature. He must therefore be most careful and responsible in the activities of his life. Hare Krishna. So nice. So we all can see when Krishna starts speaking, he is giving us so many instruction in one line. So we can see the Lord is speaking here, how he is saying like how in the living entity rotating in the cycle of birth and death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. So again and again. So why? Because of fruity activities, material desires takes us like somebody has desire to stay in the water, like to swim a lot. So Prabhupada said like he can be ready for the next body of a fish. So Krishna is very kind. He is very, very kind. He is very loving and kind father. He never ever like he know like what is the desire of his of the living entity, and he never ever some kind of like who don't want to make his kids happy. So if somebody like sometime like our children, they are in such a bad mood, like they don't want to chant and they disturb us, what we will do, we will just give them a toy. Okay, let's sit and chant, sit and play. So same thing for us, like we are in the living entity, we are in the material world struggling with our senses, and if we don't want to go toward Krishna, and if we have material desire, Krishna said okay, let's enjoy in the material for some time. When you have desire to come to me, then you can come. And in the translation the Lord is telling like it's very hard, rare to achieve the human form of life, because like in other forms, like we don't have that brain to think about Krishna, we don't have that intelligence to think of Krishna. But in the human form of life, Krishna has given us this body, this yantra, so that we can use it in the service of the Lord. Even though it's this material body, like whatever we do, whatever produce from this body, everything is useless, but still we can use this body in the service of the Lord. Then it's useful. Otherwise, there is no difference between other forms and this human form. Like Prabhupada said, like ahar, nidra, abhyay, maithun. If animals they are doing same thing and if we are doing same thing, there is no difference. Human life means responsible life. Like here Prabhupada is describing the purpose. Like we have this human body. It's very, very rare to achieve, and it's very, very responsible life, because in this life we have that chance that we can progress means we can do spiritual activities and make our life useful, we can progress toward Krishna. And we in the same body also, if we are not using it properly, like we know so many people, they just misuse of this body. They think we have this human body, eat, drink, and be merry. This is the only thing in this body. They don't want to think about the next body, because they feel like this is the only life we have. Then let's enjoy. But they don't know like by doing material activities, by enjoying in the material platform, we makes our body next body to be more and more degraded, not in the higher level but in the lower level. So according to the modes of different natures, we our conscious just goes to the next body. Like if I'm always like just sleeping, so next body is naturally my body is beer body easily. Because for the Lord it's not that hard, because he is very kind. If any according to our desire, the Lord is always ready to fulfill the desire of each and every living entity. So nobody has to struggle for the next body, easily we can go. But for a devotee, he know how to use this human form of life. That's why devotee, like how we are reading the Chorashtkam, like it's like in each and paragraph, each and every paragraph, we all can see like by surrendering to Krishna, like pile of some kind of activities, our bad activities, it can destroy very easily just by surrendering to Krishna. Like the example is like if we have whole room of cotton, filled with cotton, just what it need, just little spark, and the whole cotton will be finished. So same thing, like just by surrendering to Krishna fully from the mind, body, and soul, we can surpass this cycle of birth and death just by surrendering to Krishna. And how we can surrender to Krishna? By associating with devotees, by chanting his name. When Krishna sees the sincere desire of his devotee, he immediately he immediately provide all the things even Krishna said, Devi hi yasha gunmai mama maya durataya mam ev ye prapadyante mayam etam taranti de. So even the Krishna's material energy is very, very hard to overcome. But for a devotee, she also became favorable because she know like somebody is trying to go to Krishna, let me help that living entity. But if we don't have desire, how she can help us? First we should have desire. In the pastime of Damodar Leela, like where Mother Yashoda was trying to tie Krishna, there the finger was always 2 finger short. So Acharya says like 2 finger means like first is our efforts and second is Krishna's mercy. Without our efforts, how can Krishna be merciful? Like if I sleep in the morning, if I don't go to Mangalarti, how I can get the mercy of the Lord? First I have to go. Then when Krishna sees the desire of a living entity, how my devotee is so sincere, serious in his sadhana, in his daily routine, and how they live their life very systematically in putting Krishna in the center, then Krishna is very, very kind. We all can feel. We have all have that experience in our life. Whenever we do everything nicely in Krishna conscious way, then automatically we feel ourselves so happy, so joyful, and everything becomes so favorable. Even though sometimes things are maybe not even fully favorable, but because those things, those impressions that are in our brain and mind, that how our sadhana is going on, it helps us a lot to come out from this material world. So in the purport also Srila Prabhupada explained very nicely like how the Lord is independent and he's always and thus it is not always a fact that a living entity's loss of opulence is a sign of the Supreme Lord's mercy. Like here Prabhupada is explaining very nicely, like it's Lord. The Lord is he sometimes he takes away all the possessions of a living entity so that he can come to Krishna consciousness. Sometimes he gives him lot of material opulence also because he don't want to come too near to the Lord thinks maybe he is happy in the material world, let me give him. Like sometimes people they worship different demigods. The example is like sometimes they worship like Mother Saraswati, Mother Durga. Like somebody has material desire of to get good wife or husband, they worship Mother Parvati or Lord Shiva. And the Lord is very, the Lord through the demigods he fulfill that desire also. Maybe that person is not favorable to our Krishna consciousness. Just to satisfy our material senses, the Lord is ready to fulfill even the desire of that also. So the Lord said in Bhagavad Gita that they are worshipping me, but avidhi purvakam, indirect worship of the Supreme Lord. The Lord is fulfilling the desire of that. But those who goes to Krishna, Krishna said Arthi, Artharthi, Jigyasu, Gyani. So 4 kind of people they surrender unto the Lord. But Krishna said Gyani is very dear to me, but Arthi, Artharthi, Jigyasu. Those are in material distress, those want material wealth, and those are inquisitive. They are not fully pure, but they also surrender to the Lord. That's their purification is going on. One day, maybe today or maybe tomorrow, then after some years, maybe they one day that day will come and they start thinking like Krishna, you fulfill all my desire. I want you. I want your pure devotional service. Krishna can give liberation easily, but his pure devotional service, it's very, very rare to achieve. So we all can like this month is very special month. We read Chorashtakam, we read 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we read like the prayers of Brahmaji. These they are important things. We read like so many things like our Jagannath Ashtakam. So it's why we are doing this so that we can remember Krishna more and more. And by remembering Krishna, like Kunti Maharani said, like by seeing you, Krishna, one becomes free from the cycle of birth and death. This is the only way. There is no other way. Like by surrendering to Krishna and by following all the rules and regulations of devotional service, then only we can free from the cycle of birth and death. So thank you very much, everybody. So if anybody has any question or comments, so please feel free. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
My Dharat Pranam to you. Shri
Dandavat
Prabhupada
pranam.
ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. So Mataji, I want to ask you, wonderful class. Thank you so much for sharing and speaking to us what Krishna is conveying. There is, in one way, when Krishna takes all the possessions away, so that is something what happened with Srila Prabhupada,
Yeah,
right?
yes, yes,
And
yes.
then that was a blessing because it was basically it was his Guru Maharaj fulfilling his wish.
Mm.
And Krishna was cooperating with his Guru Maharaj, and then all the opulence means he had to leave, and then he said, "Abhay, what do I do here? My wife is taken care. Let me just leave and go to USA and fulfill the desired Western country of my Guru Maharaj."
Mm.
But there are sometimes we see that the person, in a materialistic way of life, his possessions are gone, health is not good, this is not good, that is not good. So
Mm.
that is very difficult to understand, because they are not in that position where,
But
they have a Guru Maharaj and what happened with Shri Prabhupada. But I'm talking about
yes,
general people.
general people, Mataji, like
Yeah.
there are always some struggle in the material world. But devotees
Hmm.
sees everything as Krishna's mercy. Even though
Yes,
there are
that's what I wanted to
struggle,
ask.
yeah.
Mataji, please, how do devotees think like that? I don't think like that, Mataji.
Even
But
even we don't think, but it turns at the end, Mataji. At the end, like
ah,
when end comes, like we feel that if we go, sometime we struggle a lot, but
yes.
after a few years we realize that struggle was also good for us. Maybe currently we are suffering, and it's depend on the
Hmm.
living entity. Even the struggle also, like Brahmaji's prayer, that Tattenukampam, that shloka, why we are reading this Bhagavatam, so that we can ultimately go to that point, like here Brahmaji was saying, like the devotees, he inherit your mercy. He don't need to do any extra. Even the some even in the struggle of material world, who is always chanting your names, even in the struggles, when somebody's health is not good, even the wealth is, he's not struggling for the wealth also, even the family is not favorable, but still if he is continue chanting and hearing Krishna's name, then he gets the special favor of the Lord, that he then automatically he inherit the mercy of the Lord. So like same thing, like if we have children, we don't need to, in India we don't need to name anything belong to them, it automatically goes to that. So same thing when we have faith, like Krishna, whatever you want, maro bhi rakho bhi yo ichha to har. So if just we have, I know sometimes it's really hard, but like someday, like we should always make our point, like just Krishna, you are everything for me. If you want, you can do whatever you want. But and ultimately sometime, Mataji, if I don't think, we don't think like that, but we inside the heart, we have that feeling. Even though sometimes we scared also, sometimes we have fear also, but we know inside the heart, because of like reading, associating with devotees, we have that relief also, that no, Krishna is doing, he is taking care of that. The devotees are totally different in the karmis. They never curse Krishna. I saw so many times people, they are struggling and they curse Krishna, he did everything bad for me. Devotee never ever, even though they struggle. Is it
Yes,
right,
Mataji.
Mataji, or anybody else
You're
can?
right, Mataji. Mataji, when you read the, you did 24, right?
What, Mataji?
24 translation you did today, right? 24, 25.
Yes, yes, 24 and 25. Yes, Mataji.
Okay, so when you're reading the translation,
Mm, mm,
uh, generally I'm just going very short. Thus, he has no respect. A person who's like dull-witted and materialistic and foolish,
mm.
he has no respect for anyone within the three world. And to such a person, I show special favor by first taking away all his possessions.
Mm.
So basically, first of all, this is very clear that the dull-witted and mad person means he's not a devotee, right?
Yeah, but like in the next shloka, same Krishna is
Ah,
continuing. He is doing different day. Sometimes he give them material possession. Sometimes he
ah,
takes away also. In the next shloka in 25, he said that
yeah.
also.
Okay,
So
so
Krishna's
yeah,
word
that's
sometimes.
what confused me. Like I mean, I was reading this one and reading the other one. Glad both the purports and translations came to you, to read because that way we can understand the reading better. Okay,
Yeah.
so basically, if any problem is coming, then for the devotee, it is like a mercy. you
Mercy.
know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
Mother.
but then for the other person, like you said, they'll start cussing. Oh God, why to me? What to me? You know,
Yeah, yeah. Then
things like
then
that.
they create their own suffering, Mataji, in the material world. They create
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Like if I spit on the on the sky, it comes to me only. So it's
That's true. That's
like
true.
if we curse Krishna, we won't get anything in return. Krishna is very kind. Even the demons, we have so many examples. Those who try to kill Krishna, the Krishna is even favorable for them also. Krishna is always
Yes.
kind to everybody. But it's we are not the proper reciprocant of his mercy. We are not.
Mm.
Krishna is very kind, even taking away our possession also his mercy. And giving
Yes.
everything is also his mercy.
Yes, and I wanted to share, like, the answer. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the answer. And the answer also came, how every day we have to read in Bhagavad Gita. Srila Prabhupada says in the Bhagavad Gita that repeatedly read Bhagavad Gita, repeatedly, and so much repetition is there because, our minds are so dull headed. Like the story of the Damodar month, in which, how Naradji gave this thing, the Nalakuvera, right? So the curse was given. They were living in opulence and everything. I don't know whether they were devotees or not. I'm
They were
not sure.
they were not devotee Mataji because they are mad because of material opulence. In the heavenly planets, those are like
Yes.
asakamis. They are not pure devotees. Everybody in the
Yes.
heavenly,
But
they
still,
are
Naradji gave him, they became trees, special trees in,
because
yeah.
Mataji, that we sing that bhajan. Darshana pavitra karo, ye to mara gun.
Hmm.
So by seeing a pure devotee like Narad Muni, it purified the person. That's their
Yes.
qualification because even the curse is also blessing for them. The devotee never curse somebody like where the person is more and more degraded. The devotee wants them to be purified because they are pure
Hmm.
devotee. They know this is the only way. The Krishna conscious
Hmm.
path is the only way that can make one living entity free from this cycle of birth and death. And this is the desire of Narad Muni. Even though they were tree for hundreds of years, and ultimately what they got, they have the darshan of the supreme personality of God, Krishna. So see, the Narad Muni is so kind, and Krishna is also he is also very much obliged to his devotee. He never ever like time like where he don't fulfill the desire of his devotee. Even the words or curse or blessing, he is always ready to fulfill. Like Brahmaji gave that boon to Hiranyakashipu. Narad Muni gave blessings to Nalkuvera and Manigriv. So many times we have example. And Krishna is also very kind because he know they are my pure devotees. Yeah.
So I think the take from this is, Mataji, that we should make sure that we get introduced all these people of the world
Mm,
to, like disciples of Srila Prabhupada and
mm,
other senior devotees. So
mm.
that way, once they're connected to, the devotees, then, they can, their life will anyway, anyhow, somehow the other improve.
Yeah,
Because
yes.
yeah, I mean, more than book, along with book distribution, I'm not saying more or less, along with book distribution, it's important to invite people, and
Mm,
especially when these Maharajas are traveling. I know my daughter's Guru Maharaj, Haradhar Maharaj is traveling, my Guru Maharaj is traveling, Radhanath Maharaj ji is traveling. So many Maharajas are traveling in USA. So, whenever chance is there, one should meet them and, like take the blessings. It's like, meeting Narad ji. you know,
but
yeah.
they are also representative of Narad Muni because we are like
Definitely,
same
definitely.
parampara. Because
Yes.
we don't have that eyes to see Narad Muni, but by the mercy of Prabhupada, we all can see these sannyasis when they walk and when especially Vani is important. We should be
Yes,
associated with words
thank you
like this.
so much. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Mataji. Thank,
Hare Krishna.
thank you. So I just want to, I don't want to prolong because my others might have questions, but I was so, I was trying to unmute, find my this thing to ask you a few questions like this.
Thank
But
you.
it's wonderful to hear, and I'm also like in a good zone because I'm able to hear you all in the morning. You're all are chanting and reading, and I'm here in India. Krishna has put me here right now, but still my Bhagavatam is going on. I'm glad to hear you all, here in the evening. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mother.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for this wonderful class, as always, and wishing you a very happy, Pushottam Mass also. Mataji, I wanted to ask you was that when the Lord, takes away some of people's, Maya, say, takes away the wealth or whatever to give them, come to make them come closer to Him. But what also happens, is it due to karma or due to the Lord's desire? Because maybe it is also due to person has to suffer because of his karma.
There are so many reasons, Mataji. It's
So the
karma
thing
also.
is, yeah, but the
Yeah.
point is, the reason I was coming to that was that then the person gets so wrapped up in the problem that you also need some peace of mind to think of the Lord, right?
Yeah, the Lord knows, He know how much dose He has to give to the living entity. If I can handle like 10 kg weight, He won't give me 100 kg. He can give me just 10 kg only. So He know how much dose we need. So according to that, He gives. So
Yeah.
He is very kind. Yes, Mataji.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Mataji. Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for the amazing class. Regarding the attachments, I would like to share one of the posts by Rajbihari Prabhuji. What he said is, I like this a lot. Like, a child cries uncontrollably when the mother takes away the child's broken toy. But the mother takes away the broken toy, like the child doesn't understand that its sharp edges. Mother knows that its sharp edges are hurting the child, so she takes away. But the child doesn't understand. Similarly, it's as Krishna takes away all the attachments, the material things, and as Mataji said, I like the point that Prabhupada specifically mentioned that he takes away material opulences depending upon the circumstances. It's not that he takes away material opulences of everyone. He chooses certain people if it is helpful for his spiritual progress. Then only he takes away. That's what I understand. Please correct me if it's wrong. And also, coming to here, so that's why what Braj Bihari Prabhuji said, that he said so nicely. Krishna takes away things, not that he wants to see us in pain, and he because he knows the deep healing behind the reason. He said that one. And another one, another thing, another post also. I really like this a lot. The family goes to a beach one day. Like the child, usually they build sand castles, right, Mataji? So they build sand castles, and the ocean, the waves, it comes and washes away the sand castle. The child feels so upset, but the parents know it's temporary, it's not real. So similarly, the Krishna also feels the same way for us. That's what he said. I love the comparison how Prabhuji mentioned. Just wanted to share with you all, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Nice, Mataji. Nice comparison. Yeah, we all can combine all these pieces, like from Braj Bihari Prabhu and Prabhupada Purport, and our realization. We can make this easy picture, like whatever is happening, all Krishna's mercy. He know for his devotee how to handle.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much for a wonderful class. And so thank you so much for the previous Mataji who spoke. Dandavat pranam to both of you. Mataji, I was gonna exactly uh, respond to what Chitra Mataji or Gita Mataji asked about Krishna taking away opulences of devotees. So, like Mataji said from Braj Bihari Prabhu's class, that Krishna doesn't go around and take everything from everyone. When devotees are really advanced, sometimes these material opulences are kind of, holding them back. To support such devotees, I heard this in one of the classes, to support, to give that extra help to those devotees, Krishna takes away all the attachments so the devotee can perform better. And we see in case of like very exalted devotees, Narsi Mehta and Tukaram Maharaj. For such devotees, Krishna takes those extreme steps. It's not for all the devotees, it's not for everyone in the world. Those are very special devotees who get that kind of mercy from Krishna because they are ready to receive that. Krishna is not gonna put us in anyone in distress. But this kind of mercy, where Krishna takes away everything, it is only reserved for very, very special souls who are completely surrendered, and for them, material attachments are entangling them to stay back or to not perform their sadhana properly. So, for them, Krishna will take away anything that is, interfering his pure devotee sadhana. So that was something I wanted to add. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Very
Thank you.
helpful.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna. Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I thought of adding one more thing I read somewhere. Maybe somebody could help me connect that. But I also read that since this universe is like one mustard seed for Krishna, and there are like a whole sack of mustard seeds that he has, and we are on that mustard seed. So we are so small and so irrelevant actually in this whole design, and still he is invested in our journey and what we are doing. So I think that speaks to the kindness and attention he gives as a father to us. So I was just trying to put the perspective of the vastness in which we are maybe smaller than one speck of dust. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful point, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. So, Mataji, can we wind up the call?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much for this
Thank
nectar
you,
class.
everybody. Thank you, everybody.
We always
Hare
love
Krishna.
your classes. And I don't have any question, but yes, thank you for answering so nicely all of the questions.
Mataji, I also have a very nice quote to share. Is it okay?
Okay, sure, Mataji.
Okay, so there is a quote by the very senior devotee here in Delhi temple. His name is Sarvapriya Das. Maybe you must have heard of him. So he sends a quote, from the Delhi temple. It comes that I don't know whether it's connected to the class, but somehow it's about Krishna being in your heart. Arrogance and disrespect towards others harden the heart. And Krishna does not sit in a hardened heart. He enters only where there is softness, humility, and kindness. So when we hold on to pride and disrespect, we are the real losers. We are closing the very door through which Krishna would have entered and lovingly sat within our hearts. I really like the quote. So I thought I'll just share it here because, we want Krishna to be in our heart all the time. So we have to let go of this other, negative situations and feelings and all that, and not feelings. I mean, I didn't mean that. I mean, we have to make sure that we are not arrogant and we don't show disrespect. That is the main thing. That's exactly what Prabhuji shared. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing. And Rupini Padma Mataji and Preeti Mataji, Rashmi Mataji, thank you so much.
And Snigdha Mataji, I don't know her name, Snigdha.
Sneha Mataji.
Sneha Mataji, very nice.
Yeah.
She shared a couple of points.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Mataji. Sorry, I
Thank
forgot
you.
Preeti Mataji's voice. Yes, thank you so much, everyone. And let us pay obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Vancha Kalapataru
Vaishnavevacha, Patitanam Vaishnavebhyo Namo.
Anantakoti Vaishnava ki
Jai.
Jai Shri Lantas Thakur ki Jai.
Jai.
Thank you, everyone.
Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Shamakishwari Mataji ki Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.